Okay, this is officially the greatest update of all time. After years and years of it being finally requested, take a look. The Spike Factory now has set targeting for smart spikes. It's pretty self-explanatory. It allows you to target the Spike Factory spikes anywhere you want it, not just on the track, but also, as you see, outside the track, which could make for some very interesting things, let me just say. Here are all the changes they did to smart spikes. It's not just the set target that they added, but as you can see, it was pretty much a giant rework. They've also added this targeting here, automatic. What automatic does, it attempts to target the balloon, aka chase them down. To see if we get a lead balloon, it's gonna be firing. Well, it's kind of funny because it shoots behind it because of the slow projectile speed of the Spike Factory. Not sure how useful this is gonna be, if I'm being real. But in exchange for these two new targeting options, Far is removed. Rest in peace, Far. You'll be missed. So what better way is there to check out the Smart Spikes change than with a chimps mode run on the new map? We're gonna try to black border Sunset Gulch here. Just like Sai, I'm gonna try to attempt it blind, so don't flame me if I end up losing here, because I probably will. In a nutshell, black borders are basically a trial and error until you find the strategy that works well. Unless the map is easy enough, then you can probably wing it on your first try. My number one goal right now, though, is to try to save for the Spike Factory, or if not, actually, let's try Desperado on the backside for cleanup. As rough as the tower is overall, I still think it has its place in the early game as a, I guess, cleanup tower. And just like that, beat round 13 and we can drop our Spike Factory down. We obviously can't get smart spikes on it yet, but considering the mob lane won't be active until round 40, aka, balloons exiting here, then I can put the Spike Factory, I would say, here. Actually, why not do it even lower? Because remember, 001 will give you extra range, so it'll probably reach this track over here once I buy that upgrade, so I can smart spikes to that point. But for the time being, this will catch every balloon on the backside, so what's not to like about it? And then we'll save for Striker Jones, which we are bringing because it's a overall 25% damage buff to Spike Factories. The only caveat is that you gotta be in range. Sorry, the brain rot's kicking in. So, Striker right smack down the middle here, we'll be able to buff all Spike Factories. Now, in case you might be thinking right now, ISAB, what are you gonna upgrade this Desperado to? Or are you just gonna leave it at a 000? Well, here's what I'm thinking. So, Top Path is obviously a complete write-off if you have seen any bit of gameplay of that. The middle path, unfortunately, in this spot, will probably not use this rifle very often. Bloon's gonna run into here quite a bit, so that leaves us with only one option, aka the bottom path. And I think I'm gonna do that, but before that, don't let this Smart Spikes update forget you about the fact that discounting is very, very, very important. So let us get that first. We need to buy a range on it, and then we can start upgrading our Desperado here. Okay, it's kind of crazy I still don't have a DPS tower, so I need to buy a 101 sniper here. Our spike pile is getting dangerously close to running out. I think because of that, let's go ahead and get smart spikes now. And then let's set the target all the way in the backside. We want to give as much time as possible for Striker and Desperado to do its work. Wanderer is going to be useless. We already have 3 monkeys around Desperado. Nomad is going to be useful, but this thing will still do very pitiful damage until we get the Enforcer. If I die before affording it, then it is what it is. But surely we can clutch it, right? Only $500 to go. 500. Can we use the power of Striker's, I guess, blast to beat it and afford it? I think we can. Don't forget, Striker is like a really good, he's really good at DPS now. We're doing damage. So pretty nice care work he's putting in here. Because I already went for a top cross path and bottom cross path on the village, we gotta buy innate camo, I guess, and bullseye. And the shotgun attack should be helping us survive a little bit longer. So in preparation for round 40, I'm gonna get myself a second Spike Factory. Let's see how much money we have saved up first. And if we can get level 8 when the round ends, then that would be amazing. 25% free damage. Let's see, 3.7k, awesome, and you got the level up. So now, let's set target for this to be the backside, of course. And remember the tech about how you can set target outside the track. So what you can do is we can afford the mob shredder, as you see. And so what I'm going to do, it's not actually very useful for this round, but check this out. We've set the target over not the track, only enough so that it can damage the Moabs, and so it can cleanly, well, ignore all the balloons. This will be important come late game. You'll see exactly how good it is, the fact that you can avoid hitting balloons with it. I think in the past, like, there were some maps where you could do that with the smart spikes already. But that would require, oh, first off, need to use a stun there. But it would require 2 lanes to basically overlap. Like, for example, let's say I didn't have the set target option for this update. Then how I would be able to target mobs is, well, this spot as well. But I would need to put the spike factory probably here and close. Smart targeting would probably land here, I'm guessing, and not over here. And far would be kind of a wild card. It makes sense that far gets removed because I never really found it, or I found it very inconsistent. Sometimes there'd be multiple points of the track that are equally as far away, but it decides to go the way that I don't want it. Anyway, for an even better mid-game, let's try to save for the Avenger. Only 2k away. I'm gonna use Striker's stun here, because that's a lot of ceramics. And just like that, there's the Avenger. And we're still able to retain 1 Gatherer stack, or rather Wanderer stack, so that's good, even with outbuff active. Oh, also, I messed up. I forgot to change smart targeting for this round. Maybe that's why sometimes it's better just to leave it on smart, or not actually. How smart works is, as some people corrected previously, it will target the lane where the balloons are closest to the exit. So that's why it kept landing down there, because there are no mobs that came in. But now I'm going to set target back up here, because I'm going to need it. And I think now that there's constant Moabs, we should start to put the, you know, Mob Shredder in a better spot. I'm not sure the bottom path Desperado is the best pairing with this new Smart Spikes tech. It would probably be something like a Glue Gunner, where you can instantly delete balloon insides, but I'll take this for now. We're just gonna buy a Deadly Spike, and because I'm lazy to keep setting target every single round, because I don't know if I need balloon defense or mob defense, I'll just do normal targeting. That should be enough to suffice. You know what, actually, let's stop beating around the bush. If I say top path glue is good synergy with the spike, then just do it. So we're gonna buy, I guess since I have 2 primary monkeys now, P mentoring, so I get free tier 1s. I would cross path this for late game, 402. It has bonus pierce now, so I think it's all good. I do lose that last Wanderer stack that I had, but honestly, I think having more range is worth it. More range on the Desperado means it will use its shotgun attack a lot more often, or rather a lot earlier, which I think is worth the trade-off of 1 stack. That doesn't even get that much attack speed in the first place. NGL. But check this out. An unbuffed Mob Shredder here, well, buffed with Striker Jones, should delete the BFB and all of its insides instantly. Watch carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, all gone. Easy. They say they've never seen a combo more satisfying than this. Let's not be too cocky. 63 could be scary, but nah. Avengers got that group PP. PP stand for bomb power. Very nice. Also, the more I think about it, the more I feel like this map isn't really worthy of its advanced difficulty. Or if it is, it's going to be one of the easier ones. Ultimately, it is a single lane track, and the single lane is incredibly long for the balloon path. Straight line path, while scary, is in the horizontal. If it was done vertical, it would have less track length, obviously, because the aspect ratio. But we've dealt with straight line maps before, knowing that 1 lane of them is really not too bad. Alright, and I could buy Bloon Solver now, but you know what? We're already near the save up for Desert Phantom. I think it's cool to go for this. The new tower, a new kid on the block. Deserves a bit of love. Plus, right now I don't have any cam protection, so this would be it. Now, the thing is, this thing can't hit lead popping, so I would still need to buy a mid for it if I want to be sure against DDT, especially since the 032 cannot hit leads either. So that's something we gotta watch out for. This round has a lot of BFBs, but let's see. Can the spike ball still hold? Oh no, it ran out. Okay, that's proof that we probably need to out-buff it now, or get a second spike. Regardless, still good enough to clean up. 76 here, probably require 1 stun to be safe. And just like that, easy save up. And barring a historic choke, we should have the blackboard in the bag after this. It's kind of funny that the shrapnel on this guy is the same projectile as a white hot spike, if you look carefully. We have shrapnel at home, they say. Anyway, I am beyond help. But what I'm going to do, because I still need to get a MIB, is I'm gonna buy another Desperado, this one in 030, and you won't believe what I'm gonna do with it. I'm going to village buff range the village so that I can discount my MIB. over here. 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure that does not save me money, and the Deadeye is still more expensive than the money I saved, but worth. I'm gonna also take advantage of this by getting discounts on spike factories even higher up. So because one of them didn't cut it, let's do 2 on smart spikes over here. Just lay down the thickest spike pop possible to guarantee nothing gets through. Alright, I also should have double discounted earlier, but it's not too late to discount it and then put one all the way up front, because I'm noticing that the Desperado is kind of hitting them before it reaches the spike pile, which is a bit of, I guess, not super satisfying. It'd be far more satisfying if we had one up front. I also just realized that this set target now makes the spike factory can now attack. Before, if there was nothing in radius for it to hit, then it would just not attack at all. But now it will always be useful, or this increases the range of which they can actually do damage in. Isn't that amazing? Don't forget Desert Phantom giving some good knockback utility so that there's more time for the mob class balloons to stay over that dense spike pile. Now to guarantee the victory, let's finish it with Perma-spike. I think we can probably put it back on set target over here, mostly because there's not going to be any balloons, or rather, the balloons that spawn down here probably don't have a chance to get through anyway. Although I guess if I want to be super safe and not risk the black border, we should probably just set target over here. Yeah, that probably makes a bit more sense. Better safe than sorry, eh? DDT's here. No problem anymore. I'm not going to be Deadeye buffing the village all the time. I think it's probably best to use it on this guy once again, so that it gets more range on its shotgun attack. So I'll have you know I didn't just buy this for saving money on the second village. It's also there for strategic reasons. And things started to look a bit scary, but luckily got the Perma-spike just in time. And we'll buy 205 to be safe, because it is not under the mid. I think it's safe to say we got into the bag now. I still think we need more mob damage though. Oh, so we're gonna use that. We're gonna use the ability here. Why does it feel like I'm gonna leak? Hold up. Hold up, do I lack the mob damage? Oh god. This is gonna suck so bad if I lose here. All that talk about how easy this map is, only to, come on. Clutch it? Ooh, that was scary. Maybe I should, just to be safe. Set target occasionally back here. Or rather, when I know there's no balloon spawning down here, then I'll set it back over here. So this is fine. Stronger stim this guy now too. 4-2 will buff. I think it makes complete sense why we struggled so bad to ZMGs. You know, ultimately, a spike factory can only hit 1 ZMG at a time. So this is going to shred round 100 very quickly, let me tell ya. But if it's 5 ZMGs, then I don't know about that, Chief. But we'll have a 4th spike factory over above the track. Can I fit one more? This one seems to not get a discount, so once again, let me give a buff first on the village, so that I can barely squeeze one in over here. And there we go. 5 smart spikes. Hopefully that's going to be enough. This round has even more ZMGs, but let's take it slowly. Let's take it slowly. Let me wait for that dense spike ball up there to get deleted first, and then use the stun to replenish. That round was a lot easier. I'm not sure why. Also, did they do something with Perma-spike this update? Because the spikes never looked like that. Why does that look so weird? It kind of looks like a tire with the way there's just a giant circle in the middle of them there. Yeah, that's definitely not the same. Okay, round 98 is going to be interesting. I've come into this round with basically no support other than Desperado. Maybe I could buy a Mole Press in the middle of the round, but it would be in a really crummy spot. I can't even fit anything. Low-key, this glue was kind of a waste of money. I never end up going for Solver, so I doubt it's going to help too much here. But let's see what we can do against it. We'll just keep on using the stun off cooldown. We'll keep on using Deadeye on this guy here. And it's a good choice I put the Perma-spike a little bit further back, because it would have definitely used up all spikes here. I think we should be fine. It looks like a pretty beefy spike pile back there. And indeed, that is the case. Round 98 survived. It's not too late to do a Mermonkey, right? I kind of forgot that this would be a nice buff. 20% Pierce, even more on my Spike Factory over here. Buy a stronger stim now. And here we go, final stretch. This should easily be the Black Boulder that we're looking for. But let's see if these 5 Smart Spikes, oh, some of them I think re-target back down there because they lose the out buff. I probably targeted too far away when it was active and then it disappeared. We'll throw some perma-spikes up here for some DPS to pop them a bit earlier. Back here now, remember Deadeye to make the shotgun shoot earlier, but I don't think it does much single target. It's all on the spikes here. How much can they do? Looks like about 60-80%. This perma-spike is going to eat the rest up. We're going to strike or stun it, and free. Absolute free Black Border. And with the Desert Phantom basically stealing the show at 1.5 million pops, unsurprisingly, it is basically the only DPS that I had for this guy, or at least on this map. Just as another quick encore, we'll see how much we can survive Black Border into free play. I'm gonna try to save for the Bloons Sovereign next, because we have been waiting far too long simply put. Oh no, my god, I almost died to the purples because my Perma-spike had no spikes over here. Okay, shoot one down here before I leak to them. Whoopsie daisies. A solver definitely would have been very nice there. But that's okay, right? That's okay. Nope. Wow. We met our end at 103. The round was just simply too dense for our guy over here. Funnily enough, it activated the life leaking mechanic, but obviously only after we died. Not a lot of pops on all the 0-3 2 spikes over here, but remember, it's not about the pop count, but about the message it's sending. And now, just for confirmation that we secured the Black Border, easy. In case you were also wondering and want to confirm that this was indeed the greatest update ever, take a look. This also works on the Spike Factory Paragon. We can now make it set target and have all the targeting options. Before it had none of them. It was just normal targeting. So let me just say this will revolutionize bosses and BTD6 in general. Let me know if this is your favorite change of the update as well. Click here for more. And why not subscribe while you're at it? Thanks.